This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
Welcome to the Richmond Report. I'm Galit Solomon, and joining me today are the co-founders of Canntab Therapeutics Limited, the co-founders Richard Goldstein as well as Jeff Frenwick. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
And a very historic time right now. This is a very topical issue that we're talking about as well, with the legalization of cannabis across the country. Tell me, how do you feel recreational marijuana is going to impact your industry, that is medicinal cannabis?
Well, it's certainly going to take up on some of the supply that would otherwise be used for medical cannabis. I think the government has done a good job in getting a lot of these LPs through the process and putting them in a position to deliver legalization in Canada. It is tremendous that a free country like ours is the first and the leader in the world to do so. From a medical perspective, which is really our focus, we're less worried about legalization, more worried about getting through the regulators and getting our product onto shelf. But most importantly, with legalization, we will now be able to use full spectrum CBD derived either from cannabis or hemp plants, and be able to tablet that and encapsulate it and deliver it to the marketplace.
Okay. So let's get into Canntab. In about 30 seconds, tell me, what is your company all about?
Basically, Canntab is an R&D company focused on the developments of cannabinoids in pill form, hard pill form specifically. And we have an instant release tablet, an extended release tablet, a flash melt tablet, a bilayer tablet. All these tablets are designed to dose the product differently and more precise than what's existing in the marketplace.
And of course, you're both at the helm of this company. So Richard, maybe we can begin with you and your experience, your background.
Sure. Well, my firm, First Republic Capital, which I am a founder and current president of, notwithstanding my partnership with Jeff at Canntab, has financed many cannabis companies, including Canntab. We've followed the industry pretty much from the beginning of times from a capital markets perspective. And it's just amazing what kind of a green rush we're really into right now.
Okay, and Jeff, yourself?
I've been basically in the pharmaceutical business for the last 25 years internationally. I've been on the R&D side in product development. I've been on the licensing outside in Canada and a lot of European work. So I've spent the last 25 years in pharma, and now I'm still in pharma, but we're using cannabis as an active ingredient.
Okay, let's get into the details now. So we're going to really delve in some of the highlights of Canntab and what it is that you have to offer. Richard, maybe we can start with you.
Sure. I think the most important thing is we believe we are a game changer. We have taken cannabis, which is only currently approved as a medical product now, obviously with legalization, but only with bud, being the flower that you could smoke, and capsules that you can take, or a tincture through a dropper, if you will, out of a bottle of oil. That's all it's approved today. And there's merit to all of that, but at the end of the day, doctors don't want you smoking and really futzing with oils and droppers, et cetera, et cetera. It's really a hassle. I mean, a tablet's a tablet, right? It's just like an aspirin. It's the same size. It's just as easy to take. At the end of the day, we have a precision dose, 2.5 milligram, 5 milligram, and 10 milligram. We believe we are the only company in the world with an extended release formulation in a variety of combinations that will take a patient through about 12 to just over 18 hours of relief.
Okay, very good. So let's move on to another one of the highlights. Jeff, what would you say is one of those big highlights?
Well, in my opinion, the patent filings and the IP that we developed during the R&D process was lending to being a game changer, because in the beginning when we set out on this, there was no tablet to compare to, there was nothing in the marketplace. So developing a novel delivery system led to IP, and the IP is going to underpin our ability to market the product for hopefully many years.
Okay, and a third highlight?
Well, I think the third highlight is we are the true differentiator. We're the only one in the cannabis space that we believe are doing what we're doing. Cannabis 1.0 was all about growers and our farming community that are growing the cannabis. Cannabis 2.0 is more about value-added products, not yet with edibles and so on and so forth, but you'll see a variety of things beyond just the bud. Cannabis 3.0, if you will, I think that's a Health Canada approval of our product, and it will be a product that anyone can take, anyone that's an adult from 18 to literally 90 years old.
Okay, and finally, why should investors be interested in your company?
Well, I think one of the reasons I'd like to say, we think we're grossly undervalued in comparison to the other competitors. There's so many players in the space, and I know that people have raised eyebrows over the valuations that are out there, but this is a huge industry, and there's lots of time left in the game, if you will. But for us, we're a very tight market cap company. We have just over 25 million shares issued. Of that 25 million, approximately 15 million are in the public float, and so 10 million, if you will, are escrowed, including Jeff and myself. We are very, very careful with how we spend money, and we believe that the opportunity to generate revenue both through license fees and obviously product sales will separate ourselves from the pack.
Very good. Richard and Jeff, thank you both so much for your time. The co-founders of Canntab Therapeutics Limited. I'm Galit Solomon for the Richmond Report.
This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.